Most Likely is a fantastic game for getting teenage and adult students excited about speaking English. It's not for everyone, but with the right group you can take it a long way. I'm Will from Enchanted ESL, and in this video I'll explain what Most Likely is, how to play, and how you can get the best out of it in your class. Most Likely is a kind of party game in which the players say who from the group is most likely to end up in a certain situation. For example, who is most likely to become famous? Or who is most likely to go to the moon? So, as you can tell, you need a group to play. You need at least 3 players and ideally more. You can definitely play it with a large class, but don't expect them all to be speaking a lot. Ideally, you want to play with students who are 12 or older. You could play with younger students if you think they're mature enough. Try it out and see how it goes. Another requirement is that everybody knows each other reasonably well. This is not a game for students who've just recently met. You don't need anything special, just something for each student to write upon secretly and then be able to show to the rest of the class. I use these dry erase pockets as mini whiteboards. If you're online, it's super easy, just get students to write something on a piece of paper and then show it to camera. And the game can last as long as you like, really. Each round will take about 5 to 10 minutes, depending on how much your students explain their reasons. And so if you've got a bigger group, each round will take longer. And the rules are very simple. Give the class a question which starts with who is most likely to. We can use an example from earlier. Who is most likely to become famous? All students now secretly write the name of someone in the group who they think is most likely to become famous. They can't put their own name. Once they've done that, they reveal their answers all together. At this point, they can each explain why they put the answer they did. Encourage them to express themselves as much as possible. And that's it, really. There are no points or rewards for getting the most votes or anything like that. It's all just a prompt to get people speaking. If you're finding this useful, I'd appreciate it if you hit the like button. It helps the video reach more amazing English teachers. Thanks. Now, even inexperienced teachers will be able to see some potential problems in this game. So this last part of the video will be about explaining how you can control those things and make it a positive experience for everyone. Because this is quite a personal game. It explores different characteristics of people's personalities, and that can lead to difficulties. Mature, respectful students will be able to play without upsetting each other. Some groups just won't be able to do that, so use your judgment. If you think it's not a game that your students can handle, try another one. I've got loads on this channel. Given that you do decide to play, make sure the questions are suitable and won't provoke any problems. With some groups, a question like who is most likely to go to prison could make a really fun discussion, but in other groups it could get awkward. If in doubt, play it safe. After all, the aim is to learn English, not get involved in personal conflicts. And to make sure things don't get out of hand, set clear expectations at the start. Make sure everyone knows what is acceptable and what isn't. In my experience, the game usually works wonderfully for about 5 or 6 rounds and then starts to veer off. But if you're paying attention, you can see this coming and bring the game to a close before it goes too far. The great thing is I never have any trouble in getting students to explain why they wrote a person's name. They're very motivated to express themselves because it's something they care about. Debate will naturally arise, and that's also fantastic as long as it's handled respectfully. If you're playing with a large group, you don't want everybody to explain why they wrote a particular name, especially if there's a consensus, a majority view on who the person is. So instead, pick a couple of students to explain their reasons and ask the others if they agree or if they have a different reason. If they have a different reason, let them explain it. If they have the same reason, there's no point in them repeating what has already been said. And next time around, make sure to choose different students to explain their reasons. Now, coming up with good questions is a bit of a challenge. One thing you can do is get your students to come up with the questions. This gets them practicing a different set of skills, but on the flip side, the questions can get inappropriate. If you want a big list of questions, I have one freely available for Enchanted ESL newsletter subscribers. If you sign up to the newsletter, there's a whole bunch of free stuff you can get right away. Lesson plans, roleplay scenarios, other game guides, ebooks. There's so many goodies, and it's all for free if you head to enchantedesl.com/sign up. But for now, I've been Will from Enchanted ESL, wishing you all the joy and success in your teaching. Oh, and for another fantastic speaking game, check out my take on how you should play Alibi in this video right here.